All right, what's up, guys? This is the THB Strength Podcast. Today, we have two special guests. We have Mr. Billy Duran, Mr. Dunkademics, and obviously Tobin Knudsen, or Knudsen, Nuds on your face. And we are going to be talking about basically what Billy views as the most impressive jumpers, what he thinks the best dunkers were, maybe, 10, 15 years ago. So, Billy, go ahead, introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
I am Billy Duran.
A little closer to the face.
I am Billy Duran. I used to be semi-decent at dunking.
What was your best dunk?
My best dunk was just a regular between the legs.
East Bay?
No crazy variations like these guys, but yeah, just a regular East Bay.
What do you think your all-time vertical was?
At my highest, max vertical is probably 43.
43? Okay, what do you think, let's say you had THP coaching you all the time, right? What do you think your progress would have been like?
All the time. If I would have had John coaching me in my early 20s, because when I started actually lifting weights, I gained muscle and strength super fast, and I just did it all the wrong way. Because were you just like a bodybuilder or what? No, I just didn't know anything about sets and reps and how many times to lift per week, and I would basically just throw weights around with horrible form, and then go dunk afterwards for 2 hours, and so I had no concept of what proper training was, and so I always think about if I would have John to push me along in the right direction.
What do you think your genetic potential is? What do you think if you had the perfect training, the right guidance, what do you think your genetic potential is in terms of your vertical?
48.
I was just going to say 48.
That's crazy.
I think if I would have stayed healthy and gone on proper training, I think I could have got 48. Because basically, shortly after I started lifting weights, I started getting injured. When I was actually starting to feel really strong, which was 22 years old, which is very early to
How old are you now?
38.
38.
So, yeah, it's been a while.
Are you and Chris the exact same age?
Yeah, he's a few months older.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what do you think your best dunk would have been with a 48? And now, with the creativity that guys have, what dunks do you think you could have hit in your hypothetical prime?
I think I could have done a 180 East Bay for sure. I definitely would have been able to scoop.
Left, right hand.
Yeah, it's crazy because I could jump either plant, and my first way of jumping was 1 foot before I tore my ankle. But yeah, I could have done some really decent distance stuff off 1 foot.
All right, so what do you think let's talk about 360s actually. How do you, because this gets talked about all the time, what is it a 180? Is it a 360? Is it where you finish the dunk? What is it actually?
I think that if we were to start making a definition right now, I think it would be different. But I think that you have to take into consideration the history of dunking. And in the history of dunking, it's if the basket is the camera and I take off like this and finish like Vince did on a 360 windmill, then that's a 360. So basically, I always use Vince's 360 windmill as the kind of baseline for what a spin is. And
let's ask Donovan now. Donovan, agree, disagree? What's your take? We had to move the cameras. The lawn people are here. They're the worst. And Donovan is going to tell us about 360s, how he views them. He said it's where you take off and
It's where your toes are at takeoff and where you land.
Okay, so tell me about T-Dub's 360 East Bay and your 360 East Bay. The way that you finish is different because it's a reverse, but you spin more than people who.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's the difference there?
It's like a full 360. The finish, when you finish it on the other side of the rim, is tornado. You finish like this versus the behind the back 180, 270 finish, which is no bueno.
No bueno. Billy, what's
That's
your lens
bueno.
on that?
yeah,
Closer. You gotta hold it to your lips, Billy.
there's definitely a lot of factors. Because some people, when they start their spins, they'll come from the baseline. Some people, when they start their spins, is more from the wing, or some people come straight down the middle.
What's the best looking in your opinion?
Best looking is straight down the middle if you can pull it off, because that's where like you get the full spin. I mean, obviously it's more of a half spin if you start coming from the baseline.
So T-Dub goes baseline when he does his.
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely you have to take that into consideration because he finishes with more rotation, but he starts with less rotation. So it's like you kind of have to.
So I have the lens that Donovan is probably the freakiest athlete that I've ever seen. You've seen a lot of pro dunkers in your day.
Yeah.
Who are the top 3 most impressive athletes that you've ever seen?
Donovan's up there because if you're talking about like overall athleticism, like
Did you ever see him throw a
strength,
baseball?
power, vertical.
Did you ever see him throw a baseball or football?
Pro baseball?
Did you ever see him throw a football or baseball?
Oh yeah. I mean,
It's like a piss missile.
right. So yeah, and factoring in coordination is another thing. Donovan's way up there because he has literally everything, like all that stuff, like pretty much peaked out. Whereas other guys don't have the strength or don't have the coordination or something like that.
Who else do you think is like?
I'm trying to think of who else like.
Do you have anyone
I
in
mean,
mind?
off
Donovan?
the top of my head, I'm thinking about people who have like the power and the athleticism to go with it. Like Roscoe Johnson, he's like a 6'3" dude. He could jump either plant, and he has the power and the height on his jumps that's like similar to yours. I don't know like skill wise, like as far as like other sports, how good he is, but he's got the vertical, the power, coordination, dunking coordination.
Okay, Donovan, what about you? Dom, do you guys have anyone that you're like, this is, other than Donovan, who else do you think is like the freakiest athlete you've ever seen?
And they have to be like in the dunking space.
They dunk. They don't have to be in the dunking space, but they can dunk.
Yeah, I don't know. There's really no one else. Like Billy said, everyone, like especially the top, they all have like 3 or 4 out of the things you need to be a good dunker. Maybe there's 4 things or 5 things? Yeah, like the 5 check marks, but no one has them all.
All right,
Like someone's always
let's just
missing
go highest
something.
jumper.
Highest jumper?
Highest jumper you've seen, or you've been.
Relative to height or absolute?
Let's just say, what do you mean by that?
Well, because then it'd be Tony Crosby or Ty Jackson. But that, I mean, they're 5'4" and
Dak.
5'6", and Anthony Height. It's like, and then it's like, yeah, they jump 50, but I
So
mean,
you
what's their
think-
max touch? Like 11'4"? Like,
So let's say, yeah, you're also taking into consideration max touch.
Okay, then Isaiah or King Dak.
Say that again.
Oh, yeah, KO, but okay, yeah, I guess KO, yeah. I guess.
KO's probably the freakiest you guys have been.
But-
Well, I've never seen him dunk in person. How ridiculous is it?
So KO's freaky as far as like obviously. Hey, come on, man. Yes, he's freaky in bed also. No.
I know.
Anyway, but KO is crazy just because like somebody that tall should not be jumping that high, 47 inches or whatever it is, and
And he actually touched the top of the backboard.
higher than the top of the
Like
backboard.
grabbed it.
No. Because he got an inch and a half above it. So yeah, he's way up there. And the one thing that is harder for him is like doing trick dunks. Like his arms are so long, so he's got such a longer path to like make the dunk.
Yeah, right.
So like for him to do a 360 between the legs, which he has done, like he has to go up here, bring it all the way down. It's like a way longer path and requires more air time for him, but
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a ridiculous.
so it's a little more
ridiculous amount of
awkward,
path.
but he's crazy.
So we're doing a session on Thursday, tomorrow. On tomorrow. Excuse me. So you're gonna have Tobin, which you guys have obviously met now. Donovan, Isaiah, Dom, who else? And Jay Henney, J.R. Henney. I may or may not dunk. I'm leaning against it because Donovan told me to max my power clean, and I don't know if it's a good idea. But what kind of, you've never seen Tobin dunk in person. You've watched Nick in person, so you've seen those two speed jumpers. Are there any other? First question: are there any other speed jumpers you've seen across the years that really impressed you? Did you see James White in person ever?
I saw James White in person one time, but it was on a half court, so he didn't have the full court run up like he usually does, and he only did a few jumps before his knee started hurting that day.
So he had knee pain.
Well, it was one of those block courts.
Like the sport court?
Yeah, like the sport court. And so he was trying to do like a longer takeoff, and it like wobbled. And so he like felt something in his knee, so he had to stop the contest.
Was that during his prime?
Pretty close to it, yeah. It
So-
was 2010-ish.
Any other speed jumpers you've seen that were like, and was it freaky?
So, I mean, Nick Ross was pretty.
But he was a power jumper.
Is he a power jumper?
Yeah, he's a power jumper. He toe
Okay.
drags.
But yeah, I guess the only real speed one I've seen is Nick Briz.
Nick, James, and you haven't seen Tobin yet.
Haven't seen Tobin. Yeah, Nick is interesting because, I mean, I don't know. He's like hard to tell because I saw him dunk on some rims closer to regulation, and like you guys saw him on like the Waterford rims.
Well, we also saw him at like the Venice session, and I think for me, what makes it, how high is that rim?
The Venice one, when it was probably a little bit over 910, maybe.
Okay, so I always thought it was crazy just the speed and how quick he gets off the ground because I'm a nerd, but I always thought that was so interesting. You'll see it tomorrow with Tobin, obviously. We taught him how to J-Rich in like one day, like 8 jumps, 20 minutes, yeah. So it'll be fun for you to see that. Tobin said he wants to try to dunk on Donovan. I think that's going to be a really bad idea.
That's the content I'm here for.
I'll try on Isaiah and Dom if they're fine with it.
Dom goes, I don't know about that. Isaiah will probably do it, I think, maybe. He said he really wants to play basketball because his knees are a little banged up, but he jumped a really long time the week prior, so we'll have to see. Okay, so let's talk about the older generation of dunkers who were, like I'm talking Max, T-Dub, Golden Child. If you don't know who these people are, you should look them up. But who out of those was the most impressive? Donovan has something to say.
No, Billy's going to give the detailed answer. I'm just going to give the third-party lens answer. Out of the older generation, the three who I think are the best and who make the most sense are T-Dub, Guy Dupuis, and Arab there. Not in any order. Actually, the order would probably be Arab there, T-Dub, Guy Dupuis, but they're all very, very good.
Dom, what do you think?
Not like coolest to watch. Yeah, which is also subjective, but you can.
Wait, let's see, Dom, who do you, out of the older generation?
For me, it's T-Dub just because he's around my height, and that's like a good inspiration and like goal for me to aim for. So yeah.
Okay, well, who are the other two?
Oh, top three?
Yeah.
Ooh,
He
Josh.
knew Jen.
He's definitely
No,
an
he
OG.
actually is. He was not around when they were doing dunks. He came, like Jay Clark and that. He was not around. Oh, it doesn't matter how old he is. It matters when he dunked.
Okay, well, Dom, who would you pick?
Would probably be the same as Donovan, to be honest.
Yeah? I loved Golden Child, like watching Kevin. All right, so who are the three you would go with?
I mean, so I always go with two, which is T-Dub and Arab there. Those are my favorite dunkers.
You watched them in person?
Yeah, I saw both of those guys.
Close to their prime?
Yeah, so I was living in Minnesota when T-Dub was trying out for N1 at the open runs, and like Arab there had just hit the 720, and like T-Dub was trying to show off his dunks, and the N1 guys were all like ragging on him, saying he couldn't 720 like Arab there, and he was like trying to call Arab there out to do like a contest or something, but Arab there was like, nah, like he said, show me a 720. And he tried one. He didn't make it, but
Who jumped higher out of the two?
T-Dub for sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, T-Dub. Well, so I mean, Arab there maybe could get his head higher, but just because he's taller. But T-Dub had a higher
Yeah?
vertical.
Who dunked harder out of the two of them?
Ooh, I would say, I mean, Arab there had the capability to dunk as hard, but I would say overall T-Dub probably dunked harder.
Just like pure violence.
Especially like his two-hand tomahawks. Like any variation of T-Dub's two-hand tomahawk is just, his 360 tomahawk is my favorite dunk of all time, just because like the execution of it is just flawless. Like his bounce, his extension, pause, and then the power on the finish. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, Tobin, do you know who any of these people are prior to coming to this house? Probably not.
I know who what's his face is.
Teed up?
Yeah.
What's he didn't even know his name.
I'm sorry.
What?
I didn't want to get it wrong. T-Dub. I know who T-Dub is. I don't know any of the other guys.
Okay. Who, growing up, like, who did you watch and who was your favorite dunker? Because he's, just so the viewers know, he's 17. So.
Nick.
Nick
Briz,
Briz?
yeah.
What made you like watching Nick?
The speed, how far he took off from, and how easy it looked.
Do you like 1 foot or 2 foot more?
1 foot.
Definitely 1 foot. You think it like watching it? You prefer to watch 1 foot?
Oh. That's a good question. I don't know because it's different. I like far dunks.
You like distance
So if
dunks?
you can do like a 2 foot dunk from really far, I think that looks sick.
Just because you like in-game dunks and taking off from
Yeah.
damn near the free throw line. Are you gonna try a free throw line tomorrow?
Oh, no.
You gonna try a free throw line tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, 17-year-old free throw.
Yeah.
You ever seen that, Billy? Who? Oh, Obi. Oh, yeah, Obi's gross. When Obi's fresh and he's feeling good. Have you seen Obi at his best? Did you see him in Atlanta?
Yeah. Well, so
2023? When he like windmilled from the free throw line?
when I filmed him, he had his ankle pain.
Yeah.
But he still had some crazy jumps, but not his like absolute best session. But I mean, I've obviously seen the clips of his best dunks, and he's just insane. Like my favorite is definitely when he tries to cuff it from like behind the free throw line. That just looks ridiculous because he actually like gets like the
Looks
full cuff.
like a little snake.
It's
not
crazy.
Dom's snake dunk.
But I actually have kind of a hot take, maybe, is that I don't like 2 foot distance dunks.
I don't either. I don't think they jump as high.
Because I've always been a vertical guy. Like I love to see how
You and I
high
both,
somebody can
Billy.
get, and typically off 2 feet, it just looks awkward trying to jump from far. Like it doesn't look like natural, really.
Yeah, it's like the
I
break.
mean,
They have to slow down so much.
T-Dub kind of did, but like I hate it when it just like looks like you're trying to like reach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they don't. Sometimes they rotate, and it doesn't.
Whereas
look good.
like jumping straight up is just more of a natural thing off 2 feet. Now off 1 foot, it's more natural to jump from further away because your speed is taking you through the air. But
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of distance dunks off 2 feet.
So what's the, let's say, 2 best dunk sessions you've ever filmed? What were like, or like watched?
I mean, it might be Isaiah on both of them. I mean, Isaiah's.
2022 with Dom.
Yeah, the one at the Garden Grove LA Fitness with the kamikaze. I mean, because just having that alone in there is really good. But then he hit like 540, 720. He hit 360 behind the back with 2 hands and hung on the rim. Under both double up, super easy. Yeah, that was
910. Is that what that rim was?
it was like slightly under 911, I think.
Oh, so it was like 910.
Like 910.75 or something. And then that dunk over Dom had never been done before, so that was really dope. And then his birthday session with me at
That's the
the
second one I
Jordan
was
rooftop,
thinking
also with Dom, because he did between legs behind the back over somebody. He hit the lost and found. He hit tomahawk double elbow hang, back square, yeah. Off the backboard 360 East Bay, off the backboard behind the back, like just hit everything. So I mean, there's been a couple where Isaiah just completely went off, and
what
yeah.
program does he do, Billy?
THP.
That's right.
I think you've heard of it.
Okay, so let's say you're watching, like, what are your expectations now that you said Isaiah's had 2 of the best? I'm assuming Donovan's session at the 360.
Donovan has been the most consistent. Like, so if you had to take like a dunker's averages of all the times you've dunked with them, like 100%.
The cluster of their performances.
Donovan's performances are all like hovering like in the high 90s.
Of
Whereas like
percentiles.
everybody else might have like
an
Isaiah's
outlier.
had 2 100 sessions, and then but I've had some sessions like where he had vertigo that were like lower.
Oh, yeah, I
or
remember
like,
that. He was puking.
or I've had like a bunch when he was younger where they weren't as good. But Donovan's been the highest like consistently
I got a strong base.
up there.
He's got a strong basement. He's got a very strong basement.
Yes.
What dunks do you want to see tomorrow? What are you hoping for?
Ooh, that is a good question. I have a list. I haven't thought about it recently, but
What do you want to see Donovan
so
do?
Donovan, I've been trying to get him to 540 for the longest time. And for some reason, like I know that he can do it. I think his problem is like finding the rim for some reason. He just
I'll do it tomorrow.
because looking at all of his jumps and seeing like what he can do, like a 540 two-hand reverse should be easy for him. So
Based on like how much he spins.
as long
on
as he
360
doesn't,
windmills and stuff. He's like a top. He just spins so fast.
yeah, and
One
just,
would think it's.
he just
would
needs
be
to stop being such a bitch and just do it. But
Facts, actually. Okay, so I don't really have too many other questions. Do Dom, Donovan, Tobin, do you have any questions for Billy?
Real quick. I say real quick, and this is going to drag. This is going to drag a long time.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and cut that out. The hair in my mouth.
I'm not cutting that out.
Go ahead and define, Billy, please. Go ahead and define what you see as the different generations for dunking, like the timelines and who's in them.
okay, so we'll just start it like in the early 2000s, because that's kind of when like the internet came along, and so I think it kind of started, with like Slam Nation, Kadur Ziani and Abdullah Bamba, because those guys were great. I mean, Kadur Ziani was like, I watched the Flying 101 DVDs where he's doing all that stuff. I was like trying to do all these kicks and like get my flexibility up because I watched Kadur. So he was a huge inspiration to a lot of people. And he had like one of the first viral videos on YouTube, and everybody thought he was like the best dunker. And then it was like turned to the N1 guys. You had like Spida, and then Helicopter, and then I felt bad for Spida once Helicopter came because he kind of like took over. But then I felt bad for both of those guys when Air Up There came, and he was just like a notch above both those guys. And then after Air Up There was like the TFB period where it was, Golden Child, T-Dub, Guy Dupuis, and
Worm
then
was in there.
slightly later, Justin Darlington came along. He was huge. And
Jay
then
Clark? Was Jay Clark
after
that?
Justin Darlington, Justin Darlington and like Young Hollywood, and then after that was like Staples, Jay Clark, guys like that. Yeah,
And
so
who was after that era?
so it's like Jay Clark and Chris Staples for a while, and then you get into like T. Curry. I'm totally forgetting some people for sure.
Sutherland, T. Curry, Isaiah.
Sutherland, T. Curry, yeah, those guys. And now, Dom, Donovan, these guys right here.
Basically everyone that lives in this house and comes to
Yeah.
this house. Fair enough. Donovan, any other follow-ups that you have on that? Do you agree?
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. Yeah, the hard one, it gets hard because not a lot. Some dunkers like transcend time, like Isaiah, for example.
He's just been there since he was 18 for like 10 years.
Isaiah came like 2015 and then has been near. Yeah,
10
so
years.
it's like, I mean, he can't even be put in one. He covers two.
Two
And then,
eras.
like Jay Clark especially, actually.
Jay Clark, yeah, he's another one.
Especially,
He's like fine
when did he
wine,
start?
baby.
Like 2013, 2014, and now until like he's still doing it. Like, so you can't
That's
even.
crazy. Yeah. All right, well, that's the podcast, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you watch the session tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye.